Welcome back to another edition of Down and Back with CornDoug, presented by Octane Cornhole. This week, we've got ACL Pro Jay Corley on the show. I'm going to be talking to him about some, his tournament they had down in Fort Lauderdale, the first national, his YouTube show that he now has on, which is pretty good. If you haven't checked that out, you got to check that out. And just kind of talking to him about just cornhole in general and how it's going for him. Also, we have the hole shots back again. And then some more. We've got some news about our regional coming up this weekend, and then the conference coming up at the end of the month. So we'll get right into it. We'll bring Jay right into the show here. Jay, welcome to the Down and Back with CornDoug. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me, Doug. I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
So, well, kind of like I said, we'll get right into it here. So what I usually ask a lot of our players that come on, just because we got so many new people that watch the show, how'd you get your start in cornhole?
Yeah, so I started in the backyard, like most people with my brother. He played in high school gym class. And found the game, came home, told me about it. Anybody you ask, I'm probably the most competitive person they know. So as soon as he brought it home and wore me out a few times, I was addicted. And my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, found a set of boards at Dick's or something like that, I believe, and it just took off from there. I found some local tournaments and then got on the circuit.
So now you are turned pro in the ACL. So what's the league that you normally play in?
So I play with the American Cornhole League. This is my second year as an ACL pro. I play with Tyler Porthras. We've played the last few years together. We got hooked up the year before, and we've just been carrying on ever since.
Yeah. So in your normal league play, then what is there anyone that that people would kind of recognize the name that you get to play against on a regular basis?
So this may be a little biased, but I feel that I have the toughest regional in the country. So I'm in Richmond, Virginia. Trey Kelly is my regional director. When we get Matt Morton, Alan Rocky Rockwell, Frank Modlin, Jordan Kamba, James Baldwin, Jamie Graham, Brad Powers, of course, Trey Kelly, my brother Matthew Corley, Harley Culpepper's been up. So that's just to name the pros that routinely come up, not to mention the ones that will come up from time to time to compete in my regional also.
Yeah, I know for ourselves here, and I'm going to talk about later on in the show here, but we're getting this weekend, we're supposed to have PJ Sorrow, Mike Ferreira coming up they're coming from Boston, so they're making like an 8-hour trip to just play in a regional here with us. And we're hoping we're going to get Bobby Sperry. He comes up quite regularly to play in our regionals, but it's just, you've got to be, it just makes you better playing against guys like that, because we've got our regular guys here, but just playing against a top talent like that, it's got to be, pretty tough.
Yeah. Some people complain about the competition being so readily available, but if you really want to play at the highest level and be able to compete when you go to nationals on that state, to play on the stage, and of course for a chance to win, you want to be able to routinely play those guys and girls the best you can, because that's just going to prepare you to be ready for those events. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think it's great what you're doing up there. And I think it's great that guys are going to make the trip for even just a regional tournament. Regionals hold a lot of value, so guys and girls are willing to travel, and I think it's awesome that they're going to travel up there and compete with you guys.
Yeah, like like I've always said, you're going to get better to play when you're playing better people, and we had our eyes open back 2018 when we were down in Cherokee. There was about 6 of us that went down for that, and it was just from playing in our regular stuff here to going down there, and it was just wow. So then. And then last year we had Scott Sullivan, Jamie Cowan playing in the WCO Invitational there, and now I think we got about 10 or 12 of us that are going to be heading down to Cleveland for that second national. So it's going to be interesting for some of our newer guys that are just going to be in there for the first time. So I'm not sure if I lost you here. We'll see if we can try and get Jay back here. But
yeah, I'm back now.
Okay. They definitely got you back there. So like I said, I was saying, we're gonna have some guys that are coming down new and are gonna be just competing in that for the first time. So it's gonna be interesting to see them.
Yeah, nationals are absolutely electric now. They provide you with a chance to meet people that you hadn't met before, and it's not just one or two players or one or two teams that you can mark that are going to be in the Final Four or whatnot at every tournament. It's it's 20 to 30 teams that from anywhere in the country that have a chance to win, and so anytime you have a chance to go to an event like that and witness something like that is always special for sure.
So then, on the topic of nationals, how did you feel you did in your the first one down in Fort Lauderdale?
I felt personally like I underwhelmed. It's the old saying is you are your own worst critic. So of course I felt like I remember the shots and things that I could have done differently, of course, to play a little bit better. But fourth in our bracket, I think we lost to Ryan Windsor in pro doubles and Isidro Herrera on a call that I made for my partner Tyler. Some people would probably say I didn't make the right call. It's 2019 and he's got the last bag and it's an wide open airmail to win the game. And in my opinion, anytime you have a chance to beat a quality team like Ryan and Isidro, regardless, in a situation like that, I'm going to tell my partner I have the confidence in him to shoot it every time. So we lost to the losers bracket on that one, and then we lost to Red Hot Jimmy McGuffin and Greg Geary. They knocked us out. So fourth in our bracket, losing to guys like that, and the other top team was Rockwell and Matt Stout. So it's not like we lost out to teams that we don't feel like we were better than. We feel like we, of course, could compete with them, but respectable losses. And then singles, Timmy Pitcher actually knocked me in the losers bracket when he made a deep run and made, a lot of big shots in singles I ended up seeing. So, again, nothing, that's a respectable loss. And then Jay Dotson knocked me out. So, overall, do I feel like I could have played better? Absolutely. I missed some shots, but I didn't lose to competitors that I thought that I should beat on a regular basis. I felt like I'm in the same level and they just got the better of me that day. So overall, we have room to improve on, but not a bad start to the season for sure.
Yeah, I got to watch some of the live feeds there and of the pro division, and just some of those guys were just lights out, compared to from us watching up here. But it was just that competition down there was just amazing to see.
Yeah, and it goes tournament by tournament when it's your time. Last year when me and Tyler, we opened up in Fort Lauderdale and we couldn't hit water if we fell out of a boat and pro doubles. So we looked like we just hadn't played in months. And we turned around that afternoon in advanced doubles and we made the Final Four. So, it's just a game of runs, and we turn around in St. Louis and we go and win the Crew Cup, me and Tyler with Derek Tiger and Leslie McKeever. And then we come back and we play so-so in pro doubles and go out and then we win advanced doubles. So yeah, it's really a game of runs and getting that continuity with your partner, especially in doubles, of course, and hoping that it's your time, hoping you prepare mentally and physically for that 3-day grind.
Mm-hmm. So then on to some other stuff now. So you now started up your YouTube channel, a YouTube show of, I got to see, you got to see some of the people you actually played against in your one tournament there, that you're talking to all the guys, and it was just, even like you said, you have so many good guys that you play against. So how's that the new channel been going?
Oh, that's a blast. That was something that I was in the works of doing. I've talked to my wife about it quite a bit, about starting it up for a couple reasons. One, the main one was a fun way to be able to document, if you will, my cornhole career. So I can go back when my two daughters are older, I can go back and show them videos and clips that say, look, this really did happen if I'm no longer playing, and say, I really was. I considered myself one of the best in the world when you were just a baby, and I have something to show them. So it's a fun way to document that. And then it's also a way I can go back and kind of review events, look at certain shots, because I still, I film every game. And then a buddy of mine, Lance Patrick, that actually, he lives in the area. He saw me on TV, and he does a lot of social media stuff. He's given me a lot of insight and a lot of pointers. So it was something I really wanted to get off the ground and get going. I realized how difficult it is to go to an event and try to do everything and get all the shots you need for videos like this at an event is really hard to do that and play at a really high level. So it's been fun, but it's also been a challenge also.
I know for me, like when I started off this year show, it was like, because everyone here is just, we've got our own little bubble kind of thing just to see, there's, the pro players, the players on the States, even some of the players around in our province here, just, everyone is the same. Like when we talk about it, going to see, to talk to yourself or even some of the other pros, just at a tournament, everybody's the same. Everyone will just sit down, have a beer, talk. And it's almost like a party. Like, you're playing against the other people, but you're there for a little bit of fun as well too.
Yeah, and that's something that I've really started to work on as an ACL pro. Watching guys and listening to guys. I study a lot of my competitors. The one that I've really studied a lot was Frank Modlin, Jordan Kamba, about how they approach the game, and the one that I've recently watched is Ryan Smith, because he made a comment that really kind of resonated with me, is that it's not just a game that you can go drink beer and play anymore. And if you're playing to have fun, obviously you can, but if you're playing at the highest level, you really have to dedicate your time mentally and physically to get your body ready for these events. So you have to be able to balance that, like you said, going and just having a beer with the guys and enjoying it. And then when it's time to click it in mentally, you got to be able to switch that, turn that switch on.
Exactly. Yeah. Like his name has popped up so many times within the show here, just because everybody knows him. Everybody, he's a great guy. I got to play against him. He waxed me pretty good in a blind draw, and but it was still, a great time just to talk with him and in that same realm, talking with Timothy Pitcher, he said, there's times when you feel like you're just going to play checkers, and you end up playing chess when you're in a game.
That's absolutely right, and I think that's kind of one of the things I've taken from Ryan is you don't have to, and Timmy as well. I've got to give Timmy a shout out. When I was first starting, he was one of the guys that was always approachable to talk about the game. He picked you up when you were down, told you kind of what he saw maybe you could work on. But with Ryan, those guys really like to, and Frank, they really like to play that chess game. They don't have to go bag for bag to beat you. They've got all the shots. And so that's one of the things I'm working on is, it's great to have a slide shot and an airmail. If you're Matt Guy or Ryan Windsor and you can live off of that, great. But not everybody has that luxury. So to be able to add the shots where you can step out and maneuver around bags and backdoor, blockers and things like that is, I think, is something that can separate me, and that's something I can really take from those guys and the way they play.
Mm-hmm. So then another thing with the show that you're doing, I've seen on Twitter, you've been kind of putting a little bit of a challenge out there recently for the upcoming Cleveland tournament.
Yeah, so that kind of started out as fun. Me and like the guy I mentioned earlier, Lance, were just talking, and he was like, well, you should just call out Gronk. And so my brother actually called out Gronk in the first one, and I got to messing around with TikTok. So I made a stupid little video and called him out there. And then I was like, well, why don't I just pick a guy from an NFL team every single day and tweet to him and see what happens and see if I can get one of them out here. They've already gotten Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones out to Fort Lauderdale, which was awesome. So if I could get an athlete of any sport, honestly, to come out and join us and be a part of it and see how electric it really can be, then that would be goal accomplished, just to get one out and have some fun with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like you said, it is about having fun, and it's I think that's just an awesome thing to do, because I talk with, in that same realm, we've been doing some kind of tournaments with the Toronto Argos here, which are the CFL football team here, and they're kind of in with the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. So I was like, if we can get with the Raptors, and I can get with Timothy Pitcher with his background, I was like, and that's when they had Kawhi, and I was like, I messaged Timothy, I was like, hey, if we can get in with the Raptors, you want to try and see if we can play Kawhi? And he was like all over it. But it's just getting that other sport in is just would just kind of help to grow in the game.
If you can get in, so I have a basketball background too. I'm a diehard Duke fan. I actually played college basketball for a couple years, and then when I transferred, I decided that academics and extracurricular activities were more fun than pursuing basketball at a really small level. So I am a diehard basketball fan as well. So if you can get something with the Raptors and you can get a doubles game with 2 ACL pros,
Yeah.
include me in there with Timmy. Me and Timmy will travel up together. That would be awesome.
Yeah, like it's just funny to see how cornhole can bring people in, because our tournament last year with the Argos, they had the name just escapes now, but he played for Florida State, and we happened to have a guy that was from Florida, just up working in Toronto, just happened to on this tournament, and sorry, James Wilder Jr. was the guy from Florida State, and all of a sudden he's there. I think he was almost wanting to come and play in the cornhole tournament because he was like rollerblading by before the game, and and it was just stuff like that. There, it's just the two sports and just I guess it's almost the tailgating atmosphere of it, but it's just how everything can kind of come together.
Yeah, it's cornhole's a really unique game in the fact that it gives former athletes another way to compete at the very highest level, and you don't necessarily have to stay in shape, physical shape. But it's unique in the fact that I really compare it to golf. No matter how many times you play, you can't perfect the game, if you will. You can throw a four-bagger and you can throw a lot of four-baggers, but you're not going to hit all of them. You're going to miss shots. And you're going to have times where you don't play as well. Golfers don't hit the ball as well as they'd like. And of course, cornhole players don't throw every single bag the way they want to. So it keeps you coming back for more because you can never perfect it.
Exactly. And the hard thing is when you lose it and you're trying to get it back, is just that struggle to get it back, because I've been kind of going back and forth with some people because I've been like a year just trying to get my game back. And then our league the other night, I just happened to, one guy was like, just hold the bag. It's all in how you hold the bag. I was like, okay. So I changed that up, and all of a sudden it's almost like it's half back. Just it's the grip.
It's crazy when you're playing, and sometimes I really do feel like you can play too much, where you're playing, and then you tweak something one night, and it feels great, and the bags are going everywhere you want to, and then you forget what the tweak was, and then you try to go back to where you were, and all of a sudden you've created a bad habit, which I actually had that happen with my curve shot. So I got happy with that curve shot, and then all of a sudden my wrist action was always a curve shot, and it's so unpredictable to try to hit that small window on every single shot. So I've talked to guys. Another one I've talked to recently was Jamie Graham, which I have to say, I think Jamie Graham has the best mental game in cornhole of anybody I've ever seen. He knows the techniques. He helped fix my throw in 2 days last weekend. So sometimes it's just getting back to basics and asking somebody else with a good mental game what you can do to switch, because you feel like you've tried everything you can.
Yeah, and it's exactly like that. You think you did it, but it's that one little tweak that it just gets it back, and and then you're kind of almost back on. So,
right.
But yeah. So one other thing I always ask people as well too is and we've kind of touched a bit on it, but what would you say to new players just kind of starting out?
I would say get involved as much as possible. Go to your local tournaments. Try to find where the better players are. Even if you still throw, say a tumble bag or something, find your local pros. Find out as much as you can. Pick their brains if you want to take it to the next level. Find out how you can get that bag flat. Different practice routines. Of course, everybody practices differently. And just keep playing. Just keep tossing bags. If you go to blind draws, and let's say, how do you say this? If you're the partner that nobody wants to draw, that's okay. $5, $10 blind draws, 99% of your ACL pros, if not 100, are going to be okay with it, and they're going to try to teach you as much as possible. So don't get discouraged. Keep playing. Keep throwing the right bags I got up here. Throw those all cornhole bags. The game changers are they are awesome bags. So all sides, all those, there's a lot of good bags out there, but of course I feel like all cornhole's the best. So when you get what the pros throw and you get with the pros, of course you can get there. Anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm. It's anyone can play, anyone can win, right?
Absolutely. So what the American Cornhole League is doing, just my setup that I got right here with these guys, Jenkins, these guys, all cornhole, George Mason, Dirty Bags, the outlet that they provided for us to be able to have somebody to jump on board and say, yes, we support you to go do what you love to do. The opportunity that they've had is just incredible. So I think where the sport is going and the potential it has is they can just blow the roof off. So yeah, it's exciting.
Well, and we got to see that Monday morning firsthand, right? With the Cleveland National, like 100 minutes, and it's and there's like 800 players got it sold out.
I couldn't believe that. I was actually, of course, as a pro, I don't have to sign up right away because we're in already anyway. But I got on and I was like, the ACL has broken the internet. They have somehow, I don't know how they did it. It's remarkable. And eventually, what are they going to do as far as these venues? They're going to outgrow these venues where there's the demand of players is going to be too high to where they're almost going to have to filter these events, I guess, and have local events. And you sign up and you have to be able to win something to be able to get there. I don't know what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. It's a good problem to have. I do know that.
Oh yeah, like we were talking beforehand here, and I was kind of debating whether I want to sign up in the afternoon or the morning, and it was like 7:58, and I was like, fine, I'll just sign up now. And it was like, oh, good thing I did.
Yeah, I'm sure when you check back that afternoon, you had no idea what you fortunately got yourself past.
Oh yeah, like Matt, our director here, he was we have a little Facebook group that we talk with, and he was like, this tournament's sold out, this one's sold out, there's a couple spots in this one. It was insane.
Yeah, and it's crazy that people want to go to these events and be a part of these events so bad that they're even sometimes signing up in lower events just so that they can get there and be a part of it. And I don't think it's not considered sandbagging. People just want to be able to get there and compete, which is, like I said, it's a great problem for the ACL to have right now.
Yeah, I know we're kind of growing. We're still small here, because we're still tight, but we've seen our growth in our last year from where we're having just 20 people out to a tournament. Well, we're now getting I think we had almost 70 out to our last conference event. And we had guys just showing up we kind of heard about this. We want to see what it's like, and it's like, awesome, come on in. So it's slowly getting bigger here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw that the ACL had posted those tickets for sale for those front row seats at the first national. I was like, we're still a couple years away before anybody's going to pay to watch us play this game. And Trey actually said that both days they had people that signed up for the tickets, and then people that were there to pay for tickets that were just local. They were in Fort Lauderdale and wanted to come see what it was about. So to see that, and then of course hear about the growth up your way is really awesome. I think it would be really cool if you guys could put together some kind of big tournament that you could get a lot of people to travel up to and visit. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think awesome. We've been talking. I think we're about a year away from trying to get something really big up here. So I think if we can, it's just going to blow the roof off up here, because we've had, we were on a local access TV show a couple weeks ago, and they've now come back and they want to do live tournament games. So,
oh, wow.
So we're hoping we can work something out for that.
That's awesome. It's, of course we are now absolutely considered professionals. But it's really humbling that people all across the country, from Texas to Utah to California, all message me on some sort of social media and either wish me good luck, or afterwards they tell me that they watched and I did great. And to actually have a following and a fan base is incredible. It's really, really humbling that people from across the country never met you, feel like they can connect with you enough, either watching your actions, and they can They feel like that they know you as a person, connecting with you on social media, and actually having people that want me to send them jerseys I don't use.
Mhm.
I never in a million years thought that I would have that happen. So that is really, really cool.
Yeah. So I know you got to get going. You said you might have another tournament to sign up for here, but definitely we're going to check each other out on the when we're in Cleveland, and maybe do a couple down and backs and see if I can actually keep up with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that, Doug. That'll be awesome. Real quick, I want to say, thank you, of course, for having me on here. I really do appreciate it. It was good talking with you. Of course, thank you to All Cornhole, allcornhole.com, Jenkins Real Estate Group, George Mason Mortgage. If you're in Central Virginia looking to buy a house, let me know. And of course, Mike over at Dirty Bags, who's he's supported me through and through for a long time. And of course, lastly but not least, to my wife Nikki, my two little girls who put up with me playing this crazy game. So thank you to everybody for all your support.
And then they can check you out on YouTube, Jay Corley, and watch some, and you know what, they're some fun videos. I like watching them.
Yeah, I talked to you earlier about getting this on there, of course, so I can help you and help me if too putting this on there. It's a lot of fun. YouTube.com/Jay Corley. Facebook and Instagram at Jay Corley, Twitter as well at Jay Corley. So, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So hoping we'll see you next time. I guess a couple weeks here now. We'll see you in Cleveland.
Yeah. I'll be in Cleveland. We'll get up and then maybe we can even do a follow up after Cleveland and tell everybody about our experience.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, appreciate it. Take care. Okay.
Jay Corley, awesome pro. As you see him getting them talking there. Just you've seen all the time these pros, when you have them on, they're regular people. They're just great to sit and talk with. And I want to thank Jay again for coming on. Check out his YouTube, like he said, Jay Corley on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. He's and you can see, if you go on Twitter, you can see just how he's progressing with getting his NFL guys to come out to Cleveland and maybe take him on. So getting on now here, we'll the hole shots. There wasn't really much chatter on our league night to find out what was going on with, to try and have a hole shot, but I kind of watched some stuff, and these I don't know if anyone else is kind of starting to really kind of see the bag raffles on Facebook and some of the other social media. But for me, these raffles, I'm thinking there's some people that are getting them, and even just selling bags, you see them that are still wrapped. My thing is, if you're buying bags just to sell them off because other people can't get them if you're getting them, to me it's just, I don't think there'll be this bag backlog. I guess if there wasn't so many people just to buy them and put on the second market, then other people can get those bags. Like I'd seen one there today that someone was making a comment on, that they had like 20-30 spots for $20 each in a raffle. And when you start looking at that, that's gonna almost be like double, triple the price of what the bags would go for that someone is making. So it's just, my thing is the raffles can be good, but they can also be detrimental to someone who wants to get those bags really bad, and wants to be able to throw them, but just can't get to them. But I guess you can kind of say it is to some of the other bag companies that are kind of holding back the releases. So that's why I'll say check out Matt at octanecornhole.com. Quick turnaround time, great customer service, and he'll get the bags what you want, either custom or even just the regular of the nitro, hole shots, the Apex, and the clutch bags. And look for I don't know if he wants me saying this, but look for some new stuff coming out in the new year. I've been able to. He's been trying some stuff out, and it's like, feels like it's you got a glove in your hand when it's just a bag. But he's got some great stuff out. So so just my only hole shot this week is just the bag raffles or the selling bags for like double, triple the price. Let's let the people that really want the bags. Let's let them get the bags, and then everyone's just kind of throwing what they want, and yeah, just I guess that's really all I have for the hole shots this week, because I've been kind of focusing in on our regional coming up, for that. So that's this weekend. I don't have a banner for that. This weekend, if you're in the KW area, our regional, Saturday, February 15th. Registration starts at noon. You can register in advance. kwcornhole.com. You can go and register there, or like I said, or you can register at the door starting at 12. Bags will fly at at 1. We'll be doing our regular bring your own partner. We'll do the blind draw. We'll do the singles, and if we get enough, we'll do a crew cup in there as well too. Great day. Like I said, we've got for sure. We've got PJ Sorrow. We've got Mike Ferreira coming up. Hoping Bobby Sperry gets up here. We're not sure just yet. But saying that, if you're watching this here, we're gonna go live. We're gonna try and go live for the first time. We'll have at least PJ and Mike on, and we'll also have a local Scott Sullivan, who's also an Octane Tour. So we'll have part of Team Octane on here to talk bags, talk cornhole, but we'll have some games going on in the background. It'll be live from the KW Regional, and I look forward to it. I think it's going to be some fun. It's going to be the start of something. I'm hoping the start of something new. I'm hoping to try and have like a live show, to even have viewer participation. So we'll have a comment section going on, and you guys can ask questions of people that are on and talking here. So this will be live, CornDoug Live 1, coming up tomorrow. I'm thinking here it's going to be Saturday. Saturday is tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow afternoon sometime, check Facebook, check YouTube. If you haven't subscribed now. You'll get the notification that we're going live. But yeah, we'll have some fun with those guys. Maybe even see them throwing some bags. We'll talk with them, and yeah, just have some fun tomorrow at the KW Regional. And then after that, our next after that will be Saturday, February 29th, Keystone Links Golf Club, Peterborough, the Canada Conference number 2. So we'll be able to get our second conference in before the second national. So that there, log on to kwcornhole.com for that there, for registering for that there conference tournament, being hosted by Adam in Peterborough there. I think that's going to be a great time. Yeah, we're so with that. So that'll be Saturday, February 29th. Friday, February 28th show will be a preview of that show. We're actually gonna preview that conference tournament, and we'll also have Trey Ryder back on the show. We'll be previewing the second national, the Cornhole Mania out of Cleveland. So Trey will be on talking with that. Hopefully Trey will stay on talking about our conference tournament that's coming up, and we'll let him kind of give his thoughts on what's going on up here. But yeah, so that conference tournament coming up February 29th. Then after that, March 13th to 15th, as we talked about with Jay, we've got the Cornhole Mania in Cleveland. That's second ACL tournament, and yeah, that's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna have a chance to talk to Jay there. We'll be talking to a whole bunch. I'm gonna try and get a whole bunch of pros on, maybe go live from there a bit, and we're hoping to maybe have a few new segments as well, a couple new shows out of that with some stuff going on there. But yeah, it's gonna be another great weekend. So yeah, so that's what's our 3 upcoming tournaments. We also still have going on. We haven't got there yet. We're still trying to get there. 100 subscribers. So once we get 100 subscribers, we will raffle off a half set of Octane cornhole bags of your choice. Yeah, you can get the nitros, the Apex, the hole shots, or the clutch. whatever you want. We'll send that out to you. Just got to get ourselves up to 100 subscribers, and then we'll run another little video that you can comment on or like, and we'll pick a winner out of that. So if you can get us to 100 subscribers, we'll get that off and running. Other thing that you can do as well too, the merchandise down and back with CornDoug. So let's see if anyone wants to go on there and buy them. We will get you on the show if I see another down and back of CornDoug shirt being worn in Cleveland in March. We get to have some fun with that. Just see some other people wearing the down and back merchandise. You can get it. Help me get to Cleveland, and we'll get you on the show, and we'll have some fun. Then, last but not least, here we have the NASCAR pool. Cornhole players, NASCAR, tailgating, you're going. So, log on to the, it's free to enter. Check out the Facebook page. We have it on the Facebook page. The winner of that will receive a custom set of Octane bags. Whatever bags you want, they will be customized. So, not just the regular bags. We'll do a custom set of whatever Octane bags you want. And so for the winner, so log on to there. I believe we are having some actual NASCAR team employees in the pool as well. So can test your skill of picking how you can pick how they will finish with some of the employees in NASCAR. So hopefully you like the show here this week. Thanks again to Jay for coming on and talking cornhole. Check out octanecornhole.com, as it says on the bottom, going across the screen, kwcornhole.com. Click on that subscribe, click on that link. It'll be much appreciated, and just let me know. We can leave a comment on the video or on the Facebook page. Let us know what you think of the show. If you want to see something on the show, you want to see somebody on the show, it'd be just great. Let us know. I've got a great guest coming up next week. Next week, we are going across the pond. We are taking this show international. We're going to have an international guest on. I'll kind of give you a couple of hints about that later on here in the upcoming week. But next week, we will have someone from Europe on the show who's been playing cornhole, who may be coming over for the finals. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him. But it's going to be great. Some international flair on the down and back. So keep having fun. Keep throwing those bags, and catch you next week right here on the Down and Back of CornDoug, presented by Octane Cornhole.